All right, now we're live. For some reason, my stream is bugging. All right. Okay, so let me pull up just economic calendar here. We had PPI this morning, and Fed Powell is speaking. Currently, I mean, he kind of spoke at, it says in 8:40, so we could get some increased volatility, but right now it just looks normal, so who knows what they want to do with this. So kind of just some added risk in the market. And then tomorrow we have consumer sentiment. And I just want to pull up the thing. I don't like when I use my here. It's our little weekly profile chart. This is what I like to use for the 1 hour chart. So as of right now, we trade up into this weekly civvy. I do want to point out these. These will be my daily review. I haven't finished my daily review, but I'll post the daily review at some point. You have this civvy, 1 hour civvy, and then this 1 hour civvy, just for finding those inefficiencies, just to get some cleaner draws. But as of right now, we still have upside. We still have this buy side imbalance, or we have this sell side imbalance, and we're above this daily sell side imbalance. So I got to be careful here because we actually could end up using this daily civvy as inversion here as we trade into a buy side imbalance here and a new week opening gap to then trade up into previous day high here. So this actually could be bullish. I'm leaning more bearish just because we're in such a deep premium on the week. Like we look at the weekly chart, weekly opens way down here, and we still have discount inefficiencies. We still have this inefficiency, and I don't believe we delivered constant encroachment on this. No, we just delivered in the upper portion of this. So if we want to trade higher, we might get like some low resistance liquidity runs, but I'm sticking towards more bearish bias because we're in this 1 hour civvy as well. And also, if you look at this chart, we have all of these wicks, all these wicks, all these wicks, all this wicks, all these wicks. So for me, this is going to be a hard area to trade through, but we could today. Obviously, anything can happen, but I'm more looking to see lower prices. Your bias doesn't have to be your end term. It doesn't have to be, oh, you need to stick to that bias. You can always change and adapt your bias. But as of right now, what I'm seeing is we have all this back and forth price action. Now we're trading lower. We're breaking up here. Obviously, the cleaner price action, I think, was overnight in London. I just wasn't awake for that, so I don't really care because I have life and stuff. Here we have this 15-minute civvy that we kind of traded into. So unless we trade above this civvy and then use it as inversion, I'm going to be bearish here. I don't like how we are below midnight open. So if we get our midnight opening price right here, we are below that, so we are technically in a discount on the day, but we are in a premium on the week. If you look at where the week opened all the way down here. So even though we are we're in a discount on the week, or on the day, I still can look for shorts. This is my next possible draw on liquidity, and then we obviously have this wick here with that old first presented fair value gap. But let's see what we get here today. Kind of just gonna stay patient. If I don't like anything, I'm not gonna force it. I'm not gonna trade it. I'm not going to impose my will. Here on this chart, I just have all these fair value gaps, which will be important. I think it kind of makes my thing lag. Here, let me try something. I need to delete some files because I think my storage might be low. You think we can drop into the daily inverse Sibi, February 27th? What's good, Lorenzo? February 27th. We're kind of already in that. On this chart, we're also in the May 14th midnight opening range. We're above that right now. So right now we're using that as discount. I do want to point out, this will also be my daily review, but if we go to the 5-second chart, what these are is these are two massive displacements. So here we have one here, just a massive inefficiency right there. And then we also have this one here that I didn't mark out at 350 because 350 always usually creates a massive imbalance. That's when lots of volatility enters the market during the market on close. And here we have this displacement as well. So these are two areas where if we trade above them, we'll use them as discount. And right now we're right back at this one. So if we trade above this, I'll be looking for bullish prices. And we also have that 15-minute Sibi. But for now, we have intraday low, London low at 5 a.m. That happened at a random fair value gap, at a random point in price. I'm gonna close trading view and then reopen it. That shouldn't end my stream. I think it's because I put my computer on sleep, and then my trading view doesn't close, so then it gets laggy after a while. I think that's what it is. All right, market just opened, and we're not in front of the charts. Yeah, that's a lot better. We are opening up with a very deep discount opening range gap around 100 handles. So here we have, I'm gonna keep these on the chart. It might get a little messy, but you're in my stream, so what do you expect? My chart's always messy. Here we're right now within some regular trading hours sell side liquidity, and then we have this sell side liquidity, and then obviously we have this low. So right now we have a discount opening range gap. We have previous opening range gap low as well, and then we have a potential raid on liquidity here that we could do, and then we have buy side here. I don't like this yet, just because we left these lows. I don't want to engage this. We are filling in the opening range gap, which is nice. Oh. Dang. Or dang, we already have a first presented for value gap. We're already attacking the opening range gap. Yes, sir. Live again. Woohoo! 2 days in a row. Yes, sir. Notice that midnight opening range. Sell side taken. We're in yesterday's first presented for value gap. And then today's first presented for value gap is at 931. That's usually indicating of you want to take this for value gap as a long here, but I'm gonna stay patient. We have the whole rest of today. We're in that 15-minute BISI here. So we have this 15-minute buy side imbalance, also 30-second imbalance, and then we have first presented for value gap here. We have taken a little pre-market buy side here. That's 7 a.m. to 9:30, so I don't like this as much, but I do like how we delivered to the low of midnight open range. I would have liked to see us take the sell side though, before I would want to engage long. So I'm just staying patient, but we do have this inefficiency up here on regular trading hours. So I think this is the draw on liquidity if we're bullish. It's just not clear, so I'm not gonna look to take or force anything. It's kind of my rule. And we have just some relative equal lows below us. That doesn't make it higher probability. So this is that old displacement that I marked out that we were talking about yesterday in the live stream. Look at that 15-second buy side imbalance. So we should stay bullish here. If we start to break down, we're trading to the sell side because we just took pre-market buy side here. If we trade below this first presented for value gap, we have sell side, and then we have news low here. Today's midnight opening range is up here. I don't know. I kind of have conflicting draws already today. Because anytime we trade below midnight opening range like this, we have like some kind of smooth highs here. Above midnight opening range, that's usually a good draw on liquidity. And we still have smooth highs here, so today's a day I kind of just want to stay still. Kind of just let it do what it wants to do. Kind of just tape read. Notice how we're below first presented for value gap. Not really respecting that. Let's see if you want to take a run to news low here. Notice the high of that fair value gap. The old displacement. And then we also have London low here. Which, if we trade below London low, we'd be trading into the lower portion of this 1 hour buy side imbalance. Let's check ES here real quick. ES just took pre-market buy side as well. ES has a lower discount inefficiency, or a lower discount wick here at this low. ES actually came up and took this, which is London high. And it looks like ES is in that midnight opening range. Yeah, ES is hitting its midnight open range. First presented for value gap right here. Just on the 15-minute chart, though, this does look like we do have some bullish order flow here. Trading lower, we have inversion for value gap, respecting that. We have this buy side imbalance, and now we're kind of just throwing in candles here. So this does kind of look like bullish order flow on the 15-minute chart. And I don't like how close this London low is for us to take this. And we're within this old 15-minute imbalance. We're still respecting that. Kind of just some very conflicting bias here already. So we are below that first presented for value gap. And we are respecting that 15-minute for value gap. Notice that. Then you have this last up close candle here. This is our news low from PPI. Anytime we're consolidating, that's a great draw on liquidity. If we're consolidating on the 15-minute chart or 1 hour chart, that's what we want to see. Are you aware of CRT? Does ICT preach it? I know what CRT is, but I've never looked into it. I think it's just a waste of time. Like, if it works for you, though, like in trading, then go for it. That's how we got to 0.25 open range gap. I do like us possibly trading up into this high here, and then yesterday's first presented for value gap. after taking this low above midnight opening range. Kind of want to see the 1 minute deliver back down into this first presented fair value gap, but I wouldn't really want to see the lower time frame. Like this has already been delivered to, so we shouldn't really trade back down into that on the 1 minute. Let's see if we use this here as reclaimed up into buy side. All right, the 1 minute's redelivering back down into that. We also do have this volume imbalance, so it would have to start going now. All right, now it looks like we're trading to this low. See, I already don't like how we're not retracing before we're trading lower. So we have this big displacement and then this nice wick. I want to see us retrace it back up into that. I had limit orders, but I want to wait and see because, like, honestly, if we trade into this with speed, I don't like that. Because we have a 15-second fair value gap, and then we have a 15-second fair value gap here. So it could trade back up into this SIBI here, which I could have a larger risk on all the way up here. Or I could just wait for that possible retracement and have a possibility of missing the move, which that's what I'll do. Plus, we've taken this low here. Now we're kind of just stalling. See, I don't really like this. How it took so much time to retrace. We should be using this inversion constant encroachment. If we're not, I'll get stopped at break even here. But if we trade back lower, that's us trading to the first presented for value gap, which this could be a reversal to trade lower. So I'm well diminishing risk here already. Kind of jamming my stop up just because if we do trade back down into that, we could be reversing here because this is first presented for value gap. I don't like that wiki price action. I like how we spent a lot of time down here. Now we're displacing up, creating a balanced price range here. This should be respected. If not, we're pretty bearish because we do have these kind of relative equal highs. We've already taken buy side though, so we should have been displacing higher there. I'm cutting that one. How many trades you take per day? I mean, it really depends. I would say no more than 5. I do like how we have traded back above that, and we're using this 1 minute. If my charts will load. So yesterday's first presented fair value gap we're in right now. I want to see us use this buy side imbalance. Allowing price to trade back into the first presented fair value gap. Looking for a London high here. It was simply just a 1 minute BISI. Like most of my losses are for me just being on the 15 or 30-second chart. I'm not gonna lie. That's what it stems from. Like I have the right bias, but I'm just poor execution. You know, we have this balanced price range. It's kind of Venom model there, using this lower discount BISI. This wick is not being respected. It's using here as a discount array. Then we trade up higher, and then we're within this breaker here. I actually don't like this breaker. It's not using price here. See if you just want first presented for value gap. We have taken buy side, buy side, buy side, so I'm actually gonna move that to new day opening gap. I think that's a better draw than London high. The best thing I did was to limit myself to one. Yeah, over trading can be a problem. Like if I overtrade and I don't use the stop loss, like I used to do that a lot. But if I'm managing risk, I don't mind it. I'm lucky gonna close this here. I want to see if we do use first presented for value gap. I just don't like how we took buy side. Now we're back within the range. Which, yes, we could use first presented for value gap. I could have got filled here, and we can expand here, and I could have been right, but or I could just wait for that to happen and then catch another retracement back into this breaker, and still be fine. Rather than possibly entering another contract here at that wick. That's kind of what I was looking for. This should cause expansion. I just don't like how, like, this is kind of a displacement candle here. And how much time we spent. Here above this high. Yeah, exactly. I was about to say I would like to see that now cause All right, I think we're going to have a low resistance liquidity run here now. Look at the body still respecting that. I don't like that. Now we're just low-key trading up into the first presented for value gap. All right, I'm gonna stop, and we'll just watch price. We're just pinging back and forth. I really want to see us break down, then trade into news low here. Which now that's what I kind of expect. It's my P&L on the day. Minus 147, which really is nothing. Like, I know I can easily come back from that. And, like, I've placed quite a few trades as well, which is a good thing. Like, I'll let myself overtrade, in a sense, if I know I'm using proper risk. It's like, I know for sure, like, I can go later in the day and pretty much mitigate my losses, which is always, like, to get back to break even, but just have trust in myself that this really is nothing. We got a 5-minute chart. I do kind of want to see us break down here. It's because we took it buy side, buy side, buy side. Now we're back within the range and we're below first presented for value gap. Alright, we should stay below constant curvature of that wick. This is just a trade back into this Sibby here. Alright, I'm gonna end stream. So hard trading day. Kind of just got chopped up in this. We're just back and forth. Hope you all have a good rest of your day. And I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. We'll see.